In the era of the Kardashians, Married at First Sight, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, it's not uncommon to see people spill their deepest secrets to TV cameras.
I had to do everything I could to protect my family.
When the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
That is, it's not uncommon in Western societies.
Something happened between Jess and Nick.
Can we have a chat?
Yes.
The confessional nature of reality TV has spawned a mega industry and a pathway to instant celebrity for the fame-hungry.
This is my good side, just to let you guys know.
But in China, where long-held traditions have dictated the personal stays private, it's still unusual for dirty laundry to be aired publicly.
What are you waiting for?
See You Again is a Chinese reality series that bucks that tradition, and it's become hugely popular on the mainland. The show takes 3 celebrity couples on a holiday, but the catch is, all 3 couples are in various stages of divorce.
无论你们曾经对婚姻抱有怎样的疑问，在接下来的18天里，我们都希望你们6位一起去尽情地探索、感受和发现。在旅途结束的时候，你们将会做出是否还要继续在一起的最终抉择。
Pretty explosive viewing. In one case, actor Ai Wei speaks openly about how his wife's addiction drove them apart.
因为我们一直以来都重复又重复同一个问题。
The show's popularity comes at a time when divorce has been on the rise in China. 2.7 million divorces were registered in 2010, a number that jumped to 4.9 million in 2019, a 75% increase. Pandemic-related obstacles have arrested this trend, but it still has the government worried. They've been promoting traditional family values and have implemented a cooling-off period requiring couples to wait 30 days before a divorce can be finalized.
I think Chinese society is one of the cases where the family as a social structure is being seen as particularly important. In the Chinese context, there are even more explicit references linking the family as a social structure and broader social structures of governance.
These social structures are integral to life in the country, even helping to keep the economy running.
The general social policy in China and can be referred to as the so-called familialistic, which means that the government relies on family as care providers, as child rearers, as caregiver to the elderly. So the government policy has in the past decade been using the family without actually providing appropriate support.
Factors such as urbanization, education, and economic independence have been floated as possible reasons for the rising divorce rates. But what is also shifting is how Chinese citizens feel about marriage.
We're talking about the change of views, the rising of individualism, right? The people are more focused on their own lifestyle, their own feelings, their own opinions, and care less about how others help the society.
It could be the gap between men and women in terms of gender belief and gender role ideologies. Very similar in other societies as well. Men and women have quite different expectations for family life.
And a show like See You Again can legitimize their choices when celebrities are talking openly about problems in their own marriages.
其实离婚我只不过是想找一个解决问题的方法。
A hashtag about the show's second season has received over 1.5 million comments on Weibo.
See You Again 2 made me sceptical of marriage as an institution. My sister tested positive for COVID, and her husband couldn't last 3 days taking care of the children.
Reality shows about adult romantic relationships are so good. Life is so much more romantic than TV dramas.
Married life is between 2 people. Housework should be shared between the 2.
Why is See You Again so good?
They frequently mention how relatable the problems expressed on the show are, even when the audience isn't so comfortable talking about their own relationship challenges.
Culturally, the belief is I think, it's a relationship ideal is actually based on not talking, on unspoken rules and unspoken agreements that you're expecting others to guess your mind and that kind of thing. Talking to resolve problems is modernized and acquired skills and requires pretty high educational levels and verbal communication skills as well. So I would say in the general population, it's probably still rare, which is, I guess, one of the reasons why this TV show is so popular, because these celebrities are doing things that we're not able to do, right? They're enacting our wanted desires, but that are impossible to actualize in real life.
你不要以为沟通解决问题，沟通的前提是我们双方能够不做价值判断的去寻求共识，他们两个人没有这个能力。
Of course, wrapped up in this debate about changing family demographics is the issue of the falling birth rate.
年末，全国人口是14.1亿人，比上年末减少85万人。
Theoretically, fewer people getting married means fewer babies being born, and fewer babies being born means fewer future workers. In response, the province of Sichuan last month changed the law so that unmarried couples can access benefits like healthcare and maternity leave. Encouraging people to have more children as attitudes towards family life are changing will be a long-term challenge. And in the meantime, See You Again is making visible a practice that was previously taboo. And it's pretty entertaining.
So people are by nature gossipy. Today's family life is even more private than before, so we don't really observe. Right nowadays, most families are living in their private housing. We don't see what our neighbors are doing behind their doors. So having this prized opportunity to see how other people are fighting and bickering and in their family life, who doesn't like watching it?
Yeah, and it's kind of, to a degree, it's legitimize this behavior. And also, the celebrities, to a degree, they're models to many young people. So if they do this, so, it's not an issue. Maybe, I don't know, maybe to some small group of people, they even think it's cool, right?
是因为你太不把你的另一半的感受说什么都不对，是吧？你不了解，吃不了解。